truth is, it has been a while since we've ventured to this part of the state, and that is because we feel like it can get a bit overrated.
I mean, don't get us wrong. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's amazing. But sometimes we feel like it just takes away from so much of what Victoria has to offer.
And it's got a lot to offer. So that left us feeling a little over the Great Ocean Road, which I have to admit does feel a little silly when you have views like this.
So we thought it's only fair to kick off the finale of our summer HIPCAMP series at the beautiful Great Ocean Road. And we're gonna start with the tour. So on arrival, you're given very clear instructions on how to get in, and there's a key for you and everything. But you have to make sure you close the gate because there are sheep in the paddock with us, and you know I love that. So you come in and then everything is just here for you. This is a clear, open spot. A lot of the reviews that I read do say that a lot of tent campers come here. So we did struggle with finding a flat spot. So we did end up just parking at the end of the driveway, which we'll show you after. But look at these views. I mean, come on. You have the entire ocean. We got here really late on the first night, so we weren't really sure what the views were, but you can't complain about this. Like, that is just ocean and hills and trees and nature. It's so beautiful. So as you can see, there is a little homemade fire pit on the ground right here. So fire pits are allowed here depending on the fire bans in the area during the summer, and there is firewood provided as well. So this is where we ended up parking the van, and to be honest, it's not 100% level, but that's on us because we don't own any levelers yet. We made it work, and it is pretty flat. We had a great sleep last night. We have backed up so that we get perfect views of all of this scenery, and it is just unreal. I woke up this morning and I was just like sitting in bed staring at the ocean with all these rolling hills, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what is my life? But what we really love about this campsite is they have water, running water, we have an outdoor bath, we have an outdoor shower, and there is power here. We are charging everything in the van right now because we've been out and about all day exploring. It's been really nice having the power so that we can charge up all our fans for the night, because go figure, the summer turns it on the last weekend of the summer. It's been so warm and we're just soaking it all up. We're surrounded by all these eucalyptus trees and other kinds of trees that I don't really know the name, but they're really pretty. And so that brings us to this beautiful little walkway that they've done. It's so cute. And it brings us to our little pergola patio, what do you call it? So it already comes with its own table and chairs, but we set up our table and our chairs because we're extra like that. No, we just wanted more space to cook and eat and all of that kind of stuff. We got a couple of tubs of wood to go with the fire, and you just have these amazing views. So you have all the trees, but beyond the trees, you get all the rolling hills, more views of the ocean, and the outdoor bath. I'll show you. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting in this one because it's just too many spider webs on this for me. I'm sorry, but it is nice, and I'm sure that Doug would get in this. So we were down at the beach all afternoon playing in the salt water. It's really nice to be able to come back to have a hot shower, even though it is pretty warm out, so probably have a cold shower, but it is really nice to have that, as well as the power, and to just have this little luxury. You know, it's giving glamping vibes, okay? It's giving glamping. Of course, we left the best for last. The reason why this is one of the best camp spots that I've ever seen on HIPCAMP is the outdoor hot tub. Come check it out. So this is one of those wood fire hot tubs. You warm it up by loading up the fire. We probably aren't going to be using that feature because it is so warm, but I'm gonna definitely be using this for a cold bath. So on top of the other outdoor bath that's covered in spiders, you have this option.
And this one has actually been covered, which is great.
Yes. Except our little frog friend did get in. Come on. Come on. You're so scared. You see him?
Hi, buddy.
Another animal saved by Jamie Edwards. So, we've got this thing loaded up with water, ready to go, and we're definitely going to be getting in here and enjoying a nice sunset soak with a couple of drinks. So yeah, that's this place. It is about a 10 to 12 minute drive down to like the center of Apollo Bay where all the cafes and, you know, stores are. We went down and picked up a couple of things, had some brunch, went down to the beach, and then you get to come back here and just like have the ultimate like nature glamping experience. The drive up can be dicey depending what road you come up. The drive that we took down to Apollo Bay today, the roads really weren't as bad as coming up yesterday, so it really depends. And speaking of, there's like an 18-wheeler driving up these tiny roads right now. I honestly can't believe it.
It says no caravans, but you can have a double bay truck.
It says that this road is not suited for caravans, yet there's just like a giant log truck driving up these roads. I would crap myself if we were driving and that was coming towards us, because there's just no room to pull off to the side. And if you pull off too much, you're going down the hill. It's not a hill.
Like he just did.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounded like he just fell off the cliff. That sounds so dicey.
Down he goes.
But like I said, we've been out exploring all day, so we're gonna get some dinner started. And we're gonna sit in, even though it is so cold. It's gonna be refreshing, I promise.
Refreshing?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm not doing it fast. You said slow.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, brother.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, the boys. Oh, it's lovely.
It's so cold.
It's lovely.
I can't even. Okay. Okay. Oh.
How do people do ice challenges?
I don't know. There's no ice in this, and look, I have goosebumps.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but the air has become just bugs. That is all the bugs that are flying around the campsite. It is crazy. It's so thick with bugs. It's like grey.
Good morning. We are headed out for some adventuring. Of course, the weather took a turn for the worst, per usual, but we're still getting out and exploring. It's really crazy though, because there's still so many people swimming in the beach. It's like pouring down rain on and off, and people are just acting like it's a sunny, glorious beach day.
Yeah, we might actually go down to the beach and show you guys. Like, I'm surprised at how many people are down there. They're not surfing, they're just swimming in the water. Like, look, it's kicking off down here.
It's like a normal beach day down here. Even with the unexpected rain, we quickly realized that maybe we weren't really over this part of the state after all. Maybe we just needed a bit of a break in order to really appreciate it again. Because the trip felt new and exciting. The Great Ocean Road is so vast and photogenic. There is something to see everywhere you look. And it didn't take us long to remember the feeling of wanting to stop every few hundred Ks because there was something beautiful to see or something fun to check out. We are wearing the only warm things that we've packed. Doug's in shorts and thongs. So we're not dressed for the weather at all. And we're just trying to see something today. We're trying to get out of the campsite and just go exploring. We came down to the Cape Otway lookout on the Great Ocean Walk. So we're gonna try to make the most of this rainy day on the Great Ocean Road.
That hot tub is looking more and more promising when we get back. I want to say this quick because it is raining, but I think that this is the perfect end to our summer hip camp experience. Yesterday was boiling hot, today is bucketing down with rain. That is pretty much what this series has been like. Perfect. What a way to wrap it up.
I'm not a fan.
We made it to the lookout, guys. It is spectacular.
It's bushes.
What a view!
The lighthouse is way out here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, let's see if we can zoom in on it. Oh, there it is. That little dot.
We're back in the car.
We walked the loop. It was very bushy, very pretty. It might be news to you, it was certainly news to us, and it looks like it's news to a lot of people that are rolling up here. It's $20 per person to see the lighthouse. Just be aware of that when you come here.
I can't remember if it was this lighthouse or another lighthouse on the Great Ocean Road, but we came to one and we were able to just like walk down a nice little beautiful path and then go to the lighthouse. It wasn't this, the car park was different. No, it's just not a good day to go exploring, and we're gonna just wrap it up at that and go back to camp because that's what this video is about anyway. So, we'll see you at camp.
We're back!
We are back at the campsite. It has been raining and pouring non-stop since we got back.
Yeah, but I did light up the hot tub, so I am finally going to be jumping in that.
Yeah, but it's too rainy for me, so I'm probably chilling in here. And then we're going to cook up some dinner, wind down for the night.
Play Guess That Movie.
Yes, finally. I feel like we haven't played it in so long.
On the way into town, since we couldn't go sightseeing as the weather was so bad, we found an amazing little pizza place in Apollo Bay. The place is huge,
yeah,
reasonably priced. The pizzas are handmade, and mine was delicious.
Yeah. Tomorrow we are going to take you through our last and final pros and cons list of the Summer Hip Camp series, so you don't want to miss it.
It's exactly how it looks like it would be. It's so warm in here and the air is so nice and cold and crisp. This is like a stunning view and a wonderful place to relax. If you were wondering what these wooden spas are like, they actually are very comfortable to sit in. There's like a nice rubber cushioning on the bottom here.
I wish the seats were a little higher, to be honest.
That's fair enough, yeah. The seats could be a little higher, but now that the water is nice and warm, like the bottom padding is quite soft when you're like sitting right back into it. Especially this part, like the part where your back actually rests against it is quite nice, but that could just be the warm water. As far as how do these things heat up, it took about an hour and a half to 2 hours to heat this thing up, and it is lovely and warm. It's a very, very easy process. You just start putting wood into the fire and come back 2 hours later. It's a very simple process. One thing to remember though is to keep stirring the water because all the hot water sits up here at the top and all the cold water does gradually fall. So at about the 1 hour mark I came to check on it and it felt like it was already done, but after I gave it a stir this thing was quite cold again. But this is a very nice way to enjoy the last few hours at our last summer hip camp for the year.
Okay, Doug just called me from the hot tub while I was working in the van. There's a koala in the tree. I'm trying to open the door so I don't scare it. I've been looking for them all day and there's a cat at our campsite. Oh, fuck. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. All right, it is dinner time. Chipotle chicken, what else is new?
Koala's having his dinner.
Yes, Koala's having his dinner. Where'd he go?
Oh, that's it, he's done.
Where'd he go? He was just there. He's finished his dinner. Now it's time for us to eat our dinner and play Guess That Movie.
All right, guys, in the comments section, what movie are we watching for dinner? That's all you need.
The real ones will know.
The real ones will know what number it is. They'll know. Good morning. This is our last morning on site, and this site has been such a good way to end off this entire series. The weather has been up and down, but I think we made the most of it yesterday.
Yeah, he definitely did, getting in the hot tub in the rain.
Oh yeah, worth it.
And the koala, oh my god, that just like topped it off and made this feel like even more special.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It's been so good.
I was saying to Jamie that I'd never actually seen a wild koala, like I've seen them at zoos and such, but never one out in the wild. I said that before we went on this trip, and then to just sit there in the hot tub and have a koala just...
And he stayed there all night. He slept in the tree next to us.
He might still be out there.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We're gonna wake up and go see if he's still out there.
No.
And then go home, boo!
Unfortunately, it is time to start packing up, so we better get into it. You guys might be wondering why I'm shivering through this. Well, yesterday when it was raining like someone was upturning a bucket from the sky, that's when I had to heat up the hot tub. So I was out here in my hoodie, and my hoodie doesn't feel dry at all.
It's like he threw it into the ocean.
Yeah. So,
but
anyway.
So and we weren't prepared. Like we said, we weren't prepared for cold weather because it's summer. So we only had like one hoodie each.
Yeah. When it's predicted to be hot all weekend, we pack one pair of trackies and one hoodie just in case.
As usual, we're going to go over our pros and cons list. And we're going to start with the cons so we can end on a good note and yada yada yada.
Okay, definitely the first con that I noticed about this place was the gate to get in here has a rusty lock on it. Now, that's not too bad if you're planning to come here and bunker down for the entire weekend. But this is 10 minutes from the Great Ocean Road, so if you are going out on day trips and coming back, that's when the annoyance really does kick in. And it is quite rusted. It took me about 10 minutes to get it to latch back closed. And the owners really want you to latch that gate closed because we are in a field full of their sheep. One other con is that the roads to get here are very small, narrow, and windy. They are on the side of these gigantic hillsides, and the locals do go speeding up them. There was a couple of times where we had to stop and pull over to the side.
Like very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. Like our fridge slid out of its place, things went flying in the van, because they came flying around the corner in the dead center of the road. So that is one thing to note.
Yeah.
Either way, when you're coming from Melbourne, or if you're coming from the other direction and heading down towards Apollo Bay, either side, they're very, very windy hills.
Yeah.
Another thing of note, especially with this particular site, because it is marketed as a higher end site, it is quite pricey. Some of the upkeep could be a lot better. For instance, the shower over here, all of the taps are covered in cobwebs and spiders. Pretty much everything in this place is covered in cobwebs and spiders.
Don't look up. Just don't
do not look up. And if you're booking this out for guests, it's nothing that a quick sweep down before their arrival and check-in wouldn't have fixed.
Yeah.
So that is one thing of note, really.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of price, it is cheaper than the glamping spot we were at, so it really depends what your budget is, but you just expect if you're paying for more of a
premium.
Yeah, you'd expect a little bit more upkeep.
Also, it is very hard to find level ground on this site. We are on a hilly range, that's what makes these views stunning, but all over the place, none of the ground is level. The best spot that we found for our van is actually on the driveway, and even if you're tenting as well, the site that's sort of left open for the tents, that's quite hilly and not very level as well.
Yeah. So you just gotta make it work. Like you can make it work. It's not like unbearable. But yeah, we found the best spots right near the water tank.
Nature. Beautiful nature. There are so many bugs on this site. We showed you guys some of the footage from the first night when we were cooking dinner. The air was thick with bugs. It was no different the second night when I was having a hot tub. It was covered in bugs. There's spiders all over the shower. And this morning while we were having our breakfast, we were literally picking the bugs out of our muffins. I don't know if it's just this time of the year, so we might have to come back in winter and check it out, but...
Even though it feels like winter. to be fair, I didn't have any in my muffin. They seem to be more attracted to Doug.
Maybe I smell, even though I'm showered.
Yeah, maybe you're so clean that they're just like, ooh.
We must infect it. Also, as much as the hot tub looks beautiful overlooking the range, it is filled up with the recycled water on the big tank at the side, and that does mean that it's full of old leaves and twigs and bark. So just be aware that you're bathing in a soup or a tea of nature. As well as when the hot tub is open, all the bugs are crawling into it and falling into it. I was in there for about an hour, and by the end of it, it was disgusting.
It was just a bug soup.
It was a bug.
A Doug and bug soup. So, of course, the views are, like, one of the biggest pros of this place. Like, just being this high up and being able to see the ocean from our bed, like, it's unreal. It's unreal. You really can't ask for better views. Like, the hills, you can hear cows in the distance, and it's absolutely beautiful. And on the overcast days, it just feels like you're up in the clouds. It's just like misty, but you can still see like boats, like you can see cargo ships going across the ocean. Another pro is that it's so close to town. So we didn't realize that there was another shorter road to get you to town, and we've been using that every single day to just go down to town, go to explore. So it's a really good home base if you want to go explore the Great Ocean Road. Obviously the amenities are amazing. You have running water, you have hot running water, you have power, you have a hot tub, you have a shower, you have a bath.
A fireplace.
Yeah, you have a fireplace, and you get firewood provided for you. So we didn't meet the host, but there was very clear communication. So it's all like self-check-in, which I feel just helps take the stress away when everything is just laid out. You know what you're looking for, you know what to do. So it was great communication, and we just felt like very looked after.
Really easy to find on Google Maps.
So obviously the wildlife is a big pro, but also a big con. But there's been so many birds to watch every morning. They've just been so active, flying around. We had our little frog friend come visit us on the first day in the hot tub, and the koala was like the biggest, like, oh my god, that was like the biggest highlight of this trip, I think.
Yeah,
like,
right there.
It was so close. Like, we could have touched it if we were that close.
So
but don't touch a koala in the wild.
No.
Do not touch a koala in the wild unless this is my life tip. Unless someone hands you a bear, do not touch it. Okay? That's just gonna save some lives out there today, okay? You're welcome. So overall, we would definitely come back to this spot, and we would definitely recommend it for people that are just looking for a little bit more glamping style on camping.
As with all the hip camps that we've shared in this summer series, there is a $10 discount code in the description box below that you can use if it is your first time using HIPCAMP and trying the experiences for yourself.
So if you have been thinking about trying HIPCAMP out, definitely consider using our code, because it would really help support our channel.
Now, it's time for us to pack up and get back on the road.
Yeah, where it's warm.
This is the second time that we've used this fire pit, and it still folds great. It hasn't buckled at all, so we're still really recommending this one.
Alright, and just like that, summer is over. The first day of autumn for us here is autumn 1st. Is March 1st. And it feels like the year is flying by already. Like, I can't believe we're going into March. But we hope that you enjoyed this summer series. We're excited to kick off another series for the colder seasons, even though summer hasn't exactly been the warmest.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this particular site. But do let us know down in the comments which episode was your favorite, which hip camp was your favorite over the 7-part series. Would you stay at this campsite, or is it not really your vibe? Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. It definitely is a vibe. I don't know if it's your vibe. If you have not watched the full series yet, what are you even doing with your life? There's a whole playlist waiting for you, so go back and watch that, and keep your eyes peeled, because there is going to be like a summer hip camp series marathon video that's like all the videos combined coming your way soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Consider subscribing, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye.
Hello.
We're here at the dump point in Lorne. It's on Otway Street. You just drive into the campsite here. There's no gates and it's completely free. No grate either.
We think it's free.
I'm going to assume it's free.